first name is Turmarian, last name Moreland. I played at the University of Hawaii. We was always, run and shoot team with Coach Jones, and we threw it around almost every snap, for instance, with the football. Then after that, I went over to John High. I coached at Denver Leonard, and I kind of just brought down what I learned in college with the run and shoot. I was kind of blessed to have a kid like Adam Johnson and Tavares and Jerry Jones and Larry. I mean, some guys who play at the next level before as receiver and quarterback. Actually, I had two that year. I never been in the game with the backup quarterback. And then, if you have a kid like Adam Johnson, you have a kid like Turmarian Moreland, the next year, you don't have Adam Johnson anymore. You have Turmarian Moreland anymore. So now, I'm kind of stuck running and shoot, but I have a guy who can throw the football 10 yards. So I kind of understood then, I can't really, hang my hat running and shoot in the high school level because obviously, it's not legal to recruit a guy to come to your school and play quarterback for you. And we kind of
let's be real Oxford.
I'm going out and get kids. So I wasn't until that kid was coming to me that he was coming. If not, I kind of went, I went with that route. So I kind of understood then this run and shoot thing probably wouldn't be something I can always hang my hat on at the high school level. I was having to go to Oxford Academy. I was there for like the last 3 years. And it's kind of similar with a tempo thing. I don't think Bill was here last year, but we ran a lot of tempo. We going fast as possible. And we try to get the ball snapped as quick as possible. Within like 10 seconds, we try to get the ball snapped. Sometimes we call it referee the hole coming out and we snap. I think we did it because up front, the front five front six we had wasn't as good. We had to snap the ball pretty fast and not give you time to line up. But again, even at Oxford Academy, running the spread offense with a guy like Charles Holmes. You got Charles Holmes 1 year, next year you don't have Charles Holmes. So now you got to get caught again in the situation saying, okay, how can we get guys out of this box or get guys in the box and we'll have a guy like Travis Holmes in the backfield. Having Travis Holmes in the backfield, we get 9 guys, 8 guys in the box. We take advantage of the guys from outside in the passing game. So again, get back to the point again of saying that, I know it's going to be kind of crazy, but you can't recruit guys, at Oxford Academy. So at the time, well, what was my mentality? So at the time, you can't go out and get another Travis Holmes in that shit. So you got to figure out a situation that I can run the same type of offense without a Travis Holmes in the backfield. So that kind of got my brain working a little bit for us going back to running, pretty much real football. And being able to take advantage on the outside, being able to have the run game with the surface we got in the run game, like creating a 3 or 4 man surface. And this concept right here is open. We're gonna run open in 2 different ways. We're gonna open by going over, but that puts the Z over in the slot and puts the fullback to a king set, which is to my right, with the tight end and running the stick concept. Or we can run it just based off running our right queen. In this look, we always talk, but we always keep tight end the quarterback. It's a 3-step draw. We don't read the entire field. One thing about the quarterback, we got a sophomore quarterback, a young guy, actually is my cousin Mike Moreland, that's playing quarterback. He's a young guy. We don't have him reading the entire field. If you want to choose right, choose right. If right is not there, throw the ball away or run it. Same thing with left. You're going to choose left, throw left. If not, run it or throw the ball away. We always read inside out and open. So my first read, if I'm looking to the right, I'm going a 3-step drop, trying to find the flat defender. So we got a frank linebacker or a strong safety on the outside of that tight end. We're trying to find that flat defender. Now, in this look, we're trying to get the ball to tight end. Tight end is told to push vertically. You may get an outside release depending on where the defensive end is at, or you want to get back vertical. If you get back vertical, I got to take out my outside hip. At 5 to 7 yards, I want to throw by technique. I don't want to try to get a speed release around this guy because then the guy's going to pull on me. So I want to get a throw back technique, sending this guy across my face and I'm getting to the out route. Now, we get a cover 2 coverage. You probably won't see that. I don't know. I haven't been to a movie game in a while, but you may not see a cover 2, may not see a 2-high structure with a cover 2, but if he does see it in the high school, what we want to do is we're going to read that corner, because now he becomes our flat defender. If that corner swats, I want a hold shot to Z in the hole between the safety and the corner. But if not, we're going to any type of cover 3, cover 4, or man-to-man, I want to get the ball to the wide right now and speed out. Same thing to the weak side. If I want to throw to the weak, I look from the bench route from the fullback to the outside go route by the X. It's just a simple concept. It's 3-step ball come out. It's pretty much what it is. 3-step ball come out. Move to the next thing. That's kind of the same thing. We go over again, we have a man in the zone side. When we go over, it's a man in the zone read. Our man concept is the open down here with the Z and the X, which is the same thing I just explained. The zone concept would be the stick at the bottom. you stick at the bottom. You always look outside in. So I'm looking right now, 3-step. I want to go to the zone side, which is to my right. I got a 3-step looking to the bench. If that biker buzz to the flats, I want to come inside to the stick route. If that biker stays inside and walking off that Y, I want to come right now to the bench. That's versus zone. Down to the field, if I want to go man, I'm going to go Z to X every single time. I'm going to go Z to X every single time. And we got a guy pressure on that X. Sometimes we'll tag that 3-step and put it up on the goal line. If you got the 3 big out on the outside, we'll go 3 steps, put it up, and let the guy can get the football. All right, Cincinnati, and we might talk as an outside. Cincinnati's a pretty tough throw for a little league kind of player because it's a 15-12 yard combat route. It's a man beater. We're gonna hold inside vertically. That's a 5-step drop. 5-step drop. The receiver pushing vertically at 15 yards, putting his foot in the ground, and coming back at 12 on the combat route. We're going 5 in the hitch by the quarterback. Once through a 5, with a hitch up, get enough time for that comeback to come, and we want to throw that ball, bringing him back to the sideline on a 15-12 yard comeback. Again, with Cincinnati, if we go over anything like that in the regular 21 personnel, that tight end will have a smash like Matt talked about earlier. You'll have a smash to the backside. Any 30 concept in his backside, you got to stick. Any 50 concept in his backside, you got to smash. All right, get to the next one here. That's exactly right here. So now we want to go over. Still the concept, still Cincinnati. We always want to look at the ball Cincinnati first, regardless, unless it's zone. If it's zone, we want to come down to the smash concept. If it's man, we want to take the combat route. You want to take the combat route. If you got a zone, you want to look from smash to the bench route to the outside to the smash up top. Again, we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking the bench. If that corner or anything to the strong side comes up, we want to throw smash behind him. If he sit back, we want to throw bench. But every single time, anything 50, and he's backside, the tight end has to smash kind of stuff in the fullback has to bench route. The base run game, I just want to get into this. The base run game. Again, like we talked about earlier, different programs I was at, each year you don't have a good turnover. So like I said, one year you got Adam Johnson, next year you don't. One year you got a Travis Homer, next year you don't. But with a base run game like powering down, we want to be physical. We're going to be downhill, and we're going to force guys to line up against the direction. Like Matt talked about, from week to week, most things in the county, most things in the state, even nationwide, you do what you see on TV. And right now on TV, what you're seeing is 2x2, 3x1, 5 wide. Everybody's great, everybody's going tempo. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, my game plan is carry over. I don't have to do too much coaching. I coached one time, so if it's up on 5 man, 5 wide, if it's up and down against 2x2, if it's up and down against 3x1, pretty much that just carry over. It just carry over from week to week. But with us, like you said, we want guys to coach. So when you go into 3-on-1, you got 5 backs on the football field. Come next week, when we line up in 2 tight ends, 2 tailbacks, and 1 receiver, and those same guys cannot possibly be on the field. Those 5 backs need to be on the field. You got to bring some extra guys up front, back into a 5 defense. You got to get into probably an open front, walking the strong, take your 8-man in the box. Now we got to learn a whole different type of concept when you start playing against us that Kwame Century issue. We identify Frank, Bob, and Mike every single play. If you got a 3 linebacker set, Frank is our front side linebacker where the play is going, Bob is our backside to where the play is going away from, and Mike is our middle linebacker. So we go Frank, Mike, and Bob. We identify them every single time, every single play. Frank, back, and Bob. Frank is the front side linebacker, Bob is the backside linebacker, Mike is the middle linebacker, obviously. So we identify them every single time to the front side, to the back side in our pass game as well as in our run game. Because we need to know what back is probably going to buzz in the passing game, and we need to know about backside what pullback can get to the flat backside in our pass game as well. All right, we want to be physical. Like Matt said earlier, we preached that when I first came to Kwame Century. Like I said, I've been knowing Matt since we was probably middle school. Throughout the years, like I said, when I was at John, I was at Spanish River, then I was blessed to get married with me at Osprey for a few years, for a year, I guess, when we left and came over to Kwame Century. I was in Port St. Lucie actually in the spring, and didn't get the head coaching job there. So the first thing, instead of me going back to Port St. Lucie and coaching, I called Max and came to team up again this fall here, and we're starting to go from here. But we want to be physical. We all gap scheme. And for me and for the kids, it's my opinion, but for the kids, it's easier when you all rule based and you're doing all gap scheme power running. because our gap scheme power run is all gap down back, and our backside is all scoop gap over. And so when they line up, no matter what front shoot, I always do this drill in practice. When I put 9 or 10 guys in the box, play with one safety, one high safety. And I put 9, which is not realistic, we have 2 receivers, but for practice purposes, I put 9 or 10 guys in the box. And I want to see you based off rule based, how you block is based off rule. And by based off rule, they're able to see how they can block it, no matter how many guys they show in the box. Because I don't want to make that excuse when they see 8 guys in the box, because if you go to the box, you can't get a yard. It shouldn't be that. Based off numbers, it shouldn't be that way. So I want to see you block 9 guys in the box based off rules that we got for us personnel wise. We all, like I said again, we all got scheme. We're a power offensive running unit. We don't do no zone and reach blocking. I think right now what's happening now in the I would say the hospital. I was in the hospital right now. At the hospital level, all the line is not finding the ball anymore. Everybody's sideways, running RPO concepts. They did not find the ball. So we kind of just sitting here, we posting up, or we just kind of basing out on the 5 and the 9. We're not really trying to drive this guy kind of around fit, but we're running something off that reading that inside line. Right? So we got a lot of RPO things happening. We got a lot of zone. So they're not physical. These guys are 6'4", 6'5", 285, 290, but they're not being physical. You got a guy outside, 220, having a ball game against him because he's not finding football. He's just kind of sitting there because he can't go downfield. We run a lot of zone and running RPO schemes. That's not what we do. We find the football. I mean, we downhill, we gap down, we pull them, we kicking guys, and we find the football. All right, power rules. We run the strong side. We are gap down back. Gap down back. Meaning, if I'm a tight end here, right? I have a guy right here inside me in the 7 technique, right? It's a guy in my gap. I'm gap down. My rules tell me I'm gap down back. So I have a guy here, so I'm gap down. In my gap, I'm down. And I'm trying to drive this guy across the other side of the field to the backside ball. Now, if I don't have a guy, if I got a guy in the 6, or I got a guy in the 9, if the guy's in the 6, I'm taking him. Because he's head up over. I'm treating him as an inside technique. If I got a guy in the 9, the rule tells me I got to work the gap down back. So I'm stepping down. I may get a real technique or a double, going all the way back to this backside ball, which is probably in 3 linebackers, certainly might be a right linebacker. So we working this guy all the way back to the backside ball, which is again, in 3 linebackers first should be a Mike linebacker. The next guy, play side tackle, same rule for him as tight end had. He has gap down back. Again, if he has a guy that's in a 4-eye technique, or maybe in a 3, he got gap down back. You working all the way back to the backside ball, or to the backside ball, you want to make sure. Play side guard, got the same rule as the play side tackle, play side and the tight end as well. They got gap down back. The center, we always will send back. I know some guys do the more dangerous A, but again, for us, I don't want to confuse that situation with the center, so we always send the center back. We always send the center back. So if we got a center situation and he got a nose in front of him, it's a 0, got a nose, he may have to work a card with his guard, which card means the center and the guard working this card technique all the way back to the backside ball. But again, if he have a shade to the backside, he's stepping back. If he have a 3 to the backside, he's stepping back. He always stepping back. He always stepping back. The play side guard will pull for Frank. We want to stay square to the line of scrimmage. So we do a crossover instead of keep him square to the line of scrimmage. But we never tell him where to hit for us, where to find that Frank linebacker. We always say you got to find the entry point. I don't want to tell him he's going to be in the B gap. I don't want to tell him he's going to be in the A. This and that. I want him to stay square to the line of scrimmage, but he's pulling. But it's only you to find an entry point to the Frank linebacker, to the front side linebacker. The backside type got scoop, gap, open. So he knows whatever he got in this gap, he got to go reach that inside number and seal this thing up. I know some guys do seal gap funnel because we both our quarterback, after we hand the ball off, we don't do gap seal funnel. We just send that guy up in that gap. So we either gonna reach that play side gap or he reach to the next level, which probably gonna be the ball linebacker. The fullback is 4 yards deep. We gonna kick or log the in-man line stretch. So if we run it strong and we have a 9 technique, we're gonna kick or log that guy on the in-man. If we running weak, we'll kick or log that 5 technique. So it depends on if we're running weak or strong. His job is to kick or log the in-man line stretch. We want to get a kick, we don't want to log. But if we get to a point, the guy trying to run shoulder and get a steal technique. I think with a lot of 3-4 open guys, with their reduced forward, they trying to get that thing to spill. And if we want to spill, we'll log in, we're just going to wrap around him to the C-dot split linebacker. But if not, we want to get a kick. We want to get a kick every single time. If we want that hole, we want to get a kick. We're going to wrap that backside guard in there. We want to be downhill. We want to be downhill. All right, tailback is 6 yards deep. Tailback is told to press the play side A guy. he's told that we know the play probably gonna hit him beat, but we get good movement, they're gonna hit it beat out. But we wanna tell him to press the play side A. If I tell the tailback, especially at high school, if I tell him right now, press the play side B, more likely he's gonna press play side C, because he wanna bounce it. He wanna use his speed, he wanna bounce it. But if I tell him to press play side A, and he take that step, and he press play side A, if he get a good movement, this thing probably gonna hit him B. But I don't wanna send him out to B, because if I send him to B, he gonna hit C. If I send him to C, he gonna hit, he gonna run to the side. So I wanna keep him A. I wanna keep him A, and if that thing hit, again, if I get good movement, it'll hit him B. It probably hit him B. My quarterback is told to reverse out at 6 o'clock. I mean, straight back. Reverse out at 6, gonna reverse out at 6. He's gonna gut the ball, because our play action, all our waggles is off his power play. So he's gonna come back, he's gonna gut the ball. Once he gut the ball, it's a deep handoff. Once he give it, he take 1, 2, and he boot. He take 1, 2, and he boot. After he gives it, he don't gives it. I know some guys, he gives it and he's boot. No, we take, once he give it, boom, here, we got 1, 2, and then we boot around. 1, 2, and we boot around. And we gut the ball. We gut the ball every single time when I reverse our power. We'll never give it out deep, or we don't token it out. We token it out in our down play, but not power. Power, we want to gut it, and we want to get back at 6 o'clock, give him a deep handoff, and we want to get out there on the board.
So what's the benefit of having 2 steps that you found?
The two steps, if you give me, if I got a 5 technique, what we do for is our wife, we go slam. We pour the backside guard for a log or for a kick. He got to read that. So when we run out of waggles, a lot of times we just want to get depth. So that guy, if that guy come up the field, by me doing this, if I take the 1, the 2, it creates my angle again. But if I got a 5 technique and I boot now, then my angle is not where I want it to be at. So by me reversing out giving, I got 1, 2, and that 5 technique, you come down the side, it kind of creates that angle again. Because a lot of guys, exactly, what you're telling defensive end in practice, on defensive guys, you're saying what? Outside contain, stay outside. And so my mindset is if I take 1, 2 every single time, you don't hand the ball, if I take 1, 2, I can keep him honest. I can keep him honest enough to not produce in and make that play on my pop. You know what I mean? So we kind of go that route like that. Nasty. All right, so nasty. When we go nasty, we create the 3 to 4 man service. In this look, we create a 3-man service. When we go rhino, we go 22 personnel. We got a 4-man service. So we have an extra tight end, a tackle, guard, center. We always count out services from guard to tackle, not from center guard to tackle. So in this look right here, we got guard, tackle. Got a 3-man service on this one here to my left. By having a 3-man service to this left side here, running power, we got a 7 technique inside on the play side. On this play side, tackle came open, he got down. So we got a guy in this gap, we got gap down back. So in this look right here, he's going down in the gap, which is on the 7 technique. We got the next tackle inside. Him and the guards working his toe, or his tag, or you want to call it. You're working this to the backside ball, which in the look will be the Mike linebacker. So we got the play side tackle here, the outside tackle, which is the new tight end. He's down in the 7 technique. We got the next tackle inside. He's working the toe or the tag with his guard, back down to Mike. Center's always going back. Guard got to find an entry point to Frank. All right, we got a slam. We got a slam gap hinge right here, or gap still phone, but we'll send that guy out. We'll send that one hinge to that guy. We'll send him up because we should be booting off that. The fullback, we kicking out the 9 technique. We want to get a kick, we don't want to get a log, and we're going to press A gap. You look at this look right here, we get good movement. This thing should hit and beat with good movement. It hit and beat. But if you send that guy to beat, in this look right here, he going to hit it to C. He going to run outside that fullback kick, and he going to be, you know how the kids are, they want to use speed to the outside. But we want to get this thing A downhill, get a B got entry point by the tailback, and then he can get it outside once he gets inside of it. And then for the S and the Z, they got most dangerous threat. In this look, they got press, which is running you guys off. If they soft, we probably go to the post safety. Coming back to the right, same look. Again, they got 7 technique, you got 9 technique on the outside. We all talking techniques because in the day, when we get to the sideline, the player got to be able to tell you what technique they was going against. You know, I need to know that he got to be. He was in the 7, he was in the 9, he was in the 6, he was in the 3, or whatever. We need to know that because of for play calling purposes. So in this look right here again to the right side, the same thing. We just go power right. We call everything 24, and we kind of old school with it. We're not trying to get away from that. We don't go out there and say, let's go 1,015 power right. That don't mean we're not trying to coach ourselves. We come out with it. We go 24 power. Press play side A. We're saying 24. You press play side A. This thing should hit the 4 hole. You know what I mean? Or we go 23 power. Press play side, everything should hit the 3 home. So we're not trying to coach, we're not going to call these crazy plays. It's that simple for us. We go outright, 24 power. We'll go nasty right, 24 power. We'll go rhino right, 24 power. We'll go rhino right nasty, 24 power. I mean, we just kind of get into different formations, go eights, whatever. We get into different formations, we run the exact same play. We don't change for it. You go 10 minutes. Our down route, now we hang our hat on this. And then this is what, I love this play. In the spring in Port St. Lucie, I ran this over, about 25 times. I think we ran it for 400 yards, but 25 times we ran it down play. Just ran it down play. I think down play is a good downhill play. I think to me, this is my opinion with this, but the traditional ISO play, because I'm all rule based. Sometimes with traditional ISO play, rules change depending on the technique. If I get a 3 to that side, if I want to run ISO to the mic, then we'll probably be basing out with guard, we'll probably be basing out with tiger, whatever we're doing on the 5 technique we hand onto the mic, however we want to get there. We got a shade, and rule may change a little bit. We may have to work a call with the center and guard to that mic, and then we'll probably lean up on the frame now. But I think with the down play, it's all rule based. It's all rule based and it makes sense to me. Play side, tight end. And we got the tight end with the strong side. He got a gap down back like he would do on power. He got a gap down back. Got in 7 technique, he's down. Play side tight, we got a gap down back here again. Play side guard going to fold and kick in man line of scrimmage, meaning that he's going to scrape off the play side tight and tight end, both going down. He's going to scrape off them and kick the in man line of scrimmage, which is going to be the 9 technique. He's going to kick the 9 technique. Fold, downhill, trap, and kick the 9 technique. The center got scoop, gap over. So if he got a shade to play side, he's going to scoop and try to reach that play side shade technique, which is that one, the guy in that one right here. You're trying to reach that that play side number. You're trying to reach that play side number. Backside guard, got scoop, gap over. Backside tiger, same thing. You got scoop, gap over. Go up in that gap, you scoop, gap over, and reach that play side number. Fullback, 4-yard duck. He lead off the play side guard to Frank. So we got 3 backers. We got Bob, Mike, and Frank. Off that trap block with the play side guard, he gonna run right off that kick. So we always tell that guy right now at fullback, I'm pressing that outside, like the outside shade of that play side guard. So wherever's the initial alignment at, that's the leg I'm pressing with. I'm pressing that leg. Once he kick it, I'm leaning up on the Frank linebacker inside. Tailback is at 6-yard duck as well. The tailback is told to press the play side tackle center. So wherever the play side tackle initially line up at, he pressing that center with his first step. He pressing that center with his first step there, and he getting behind the kick of the fullback, reading the block of the play side guard and fullback on the kick. The quarterback will front out at 4 o'clock. He will front out at 4 o'clock. Now, instead of reversing out straight deep, he will front out. I'm front out here, and I'm toking the ball out. So he will front out at 4 o'clock, which will replace him over the play side B gap. He will token the ball out after passing the fullback, build and move. Now, because we token the ball out, it sets up our play action, our wagon. Now, when we front out and down, once he passes the fullback, he's going to token the ball. He's going to show the ball, he's going to token it out. Now, when we run our play action on that same look, he will token the ball out, gut it, and then he'll boot around. So in that same look and that same deal on down, we will token the ball out and give, take 1, 2, and boot it like we're doing power. It's the down play here. All right, we see right now to the weak side here, we got a 5 technique, we got a shade. So in this look right here now, the left tackle is going down on the shade. He's going down. He got gap down, back with rules. He's going down on the shade. The guard is folding. He's pulling out, but he's going forward. He's going tight. He's scraping off that play side tackle. He's going to fold and kick the 5 technique. He's going to fold and kick the 5 technique. Got a fullback leaning up on Frank. That center got scoop gap over rules. So he's gonna work the scoop gap over with the play side tackle, and they're gonna work that back to Mike. You see that kind of down how they working that shade back to Mike. The backside guard got scoop gap over. They're gonna lead him cutting off that backside block. He'll probably never get to that Mike unless that Mike got slow flow. If that Mike got fast flow, that Mike gonna be gone soon. So that tackle in that center should be working that shade with their eyes up on Mike. If Mike got fast flow, that center will kind of take over that shade and then that tackle will go up to Mike on fast flow. If he got slow flow again, that backside guard may get there, but if not, he's gonna look back inside the ball straight across. The backside tackle will take over that 3 technique deal right here. Take over that 3 technique, trying to reach that play side gap. The backside tight end will take over, reach up to the next double. Obviously, he'll probably get to that ball. As that ball is gone, he'll reach to the free safety. He'll reach to the free safety. Same deal on the right side as well. Left side pretty much our down play there. And I mean, how you want to line up that down play again? It's the play that we put, like, we might talk about this, but this is the drill we put in 9 to 10 guys and we'll block. So you put that safety down the box, you can walk that Frank up, you walk that Mike up, and then rules never change. You get a rule base, gap down back. Every time they line up, in practice, I tell them 24/7. They line up, gap down back, scoop gap over to the backside. I tell them that every single time. They remember that, and they'll understand about rules and do everything based off rules. Gap down back, scoop gap over to the backside. And it wouldn't change really from any question.
So at your level, that not blocking the weak side in, that's not an issue?
No, because the way he says the backside. Yeah. So the backside, because we boot every single time. Okay. So that backside end ever slams that, and we ever see him ever slam that, we're gonna move around and get the wagon off that. But in this look, that backside 9 technique slams in there like that again. We're not too concerned about that backside. Cause a lot of times that technique that he's in right now, he's talking to be outside containment. We know that based off the defensive rule, he's outside containment. Like you want to slam it down the side, we'll get some wagons, some boot off him as well. So we want to see him kind of slam in there. We got a little stuff we'll do for us, wagons and boot.
Good luck trying to introduce this to the.
I'm just saying, that backside guy, it's nice, backside guy, it's cross blocking ISO, is all it is. And the reason, and I know he's going into detail here, but this is why we introduced it to you guys down in power. Like you said, he was up in Port St. Lucie for the spring game. He had 3 weeks with his kids as the offensive coordinator. He ran down like 27 times. Now they won. Ohio Central, we lost, but he beat Treasure Coast, who beat that, or no, Gulf Coast, I can't remember. Space Coast. In the regular season, one of those coasts, they lost 14-0 or whatever it is. He comes in 3 weeks, runs down 27 times, has like 486 yards on the ground, and wins. With a team who went 1-9 the year before. We went 2-8. Now I was still in spread, I was an idiot, but I went spread with an H-back and ran power. We played Boynton Beach High School. We had a running clock because of weather. I only got the ball once in third quarter, never even saw the fourth quarter because the Lightning game got canceled. We had 39 plays on offense. I ran power 27 times. Now we scored on it, and we had 196 yards rushing just off of power with no play action, with a running clock. If I had play action and I had not a running clock, Boynton Beach High School is done with. They don't ever want to play football again. So between down and power, we saw it work with 3 weeks. I only had Ohio Central for 3 weeks. He had Port St. Lucie for 3 weeks. 400-some yards in one game, 186 out of a spread team. I mean, kind of the way Oliver is pretty cool. But, you know, now we're reducing it down. We're going to run this right down people's throats. So I know it looks kind of that's just ISO. We had brick. We called it ISO. That was our ISO play out of the spread. It's just ISO. And then power is very, very simple. I do think these 2 run plays are something that you guys can implement.
All right, thank y'all very much.
Listen,